for the Conley High School football team.
Hello, this is Roy Gillis, Centex Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in. We're getting ready to go inside of the Conley Cadet Athletic Program. We've got Coach Anderson backstage ready to come on. But first, let me bring co-host on, Jalen Gillis. Jalen, what's going on?
What's going on, folks? What's going on, everybody?
Hey, I'm excited about what I saw last week. And we're getting ready to bring Coach Anderson on and talk to him about Conley last week and what's coming up next. Coach Anderson, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great, Coach. We're doing great. Coming off a big win last week. We didn't have to do the nail biting that we sometimes do. Kids handle business. They handle business on last Friday night. What do you think about what you saw?
Well, we're very pleased, number one, to be 1-0 in district play. And then, coming out of a tough non-district schedule, I think you really saw, the benefits of playing a tough non-district schedule by our kids. Our word of the week last week was dominate, and we wanted to dominate all week and wanted to dominate on Friday night, and I think we did that. I think our kids responded to that word of the week, and like I said, we're 1-0 in district play.
Yeah, Coach, and I believe you guys did just that, like you said, dominate. So if that was the word of the week, I think you guys definitely lived up to that. Coming out on the offensive side of the ball, as soon as you guys touch the ball, first play of the game, you score. But the encouraging thing was seeing so many other players getting involved and being able to score. Jamari Wiggins was able to get in. Number 20 was able to get in as well. I couldn't think of it. Powell. He was able to get in as well in the end zone. Gaither was able to get in as well. Just tell us, what was it like just seeing everybody be able to get their hands on the ball and be able to get a little bit of burn on offense?
Well, that's kind of what we talked about before we went out. Our last meeting before we went out after pregame, we just talked to our kids and said, hey, you guys that are playing a bunch, you guys that are the starters, it's going to be your responsibility to go out here and play like we're capable of playing and put this thing out of reach and give these kids an opportunity to get on the field, and then you mentioned a few, Jamari Wiggins, Jermone Powell, Marcus Long got his first touchdown. Senior Kobe Wilson was another kid that got an opportunity to get in the end zone. And so, to do that at home in a district ball game, is really rewarding. And those kids have been a part of our program for a while now, and they deserve an opportunity to let the light shine on them on Friday night. And that's what this is really all about.
There's a lot of excitement on the sideline, Coach. I believe they really – and, you play the game to have fun. I really think that they had a lot of fun on Friday night, but it's business too. And you guys handled that. You did dominate. And I don't know how you feel about it, but it kind of shows where Conley is in that, not how good Robertson was, but when you played a team not as good as these other teams that were scheduled in the non-district, it really shows some contrast, because your non-district schedule was kind of crazy, and you played some of the best teams. Well, not some of, you played the best teams in the state, and to come over to district and to kind of separate yourself. How do you see these guys processing that victory and then turning towards another powerhouse coming into McPeoples on Friday night? How do you turn towards Salado that's coming?
Well, and then you said it perfectly. Our non-district schedule was set up to prepare us for a tough district and for a deep playoff run. I feel like if we would have had a non-district game, at least one game the last couple years, like what we played this year, that may have been the difference in us beating a Gilmer, beating a Pleasant Grove, because we hadn't been in a game like that. And so, we've preached to our kids, all summer, really, the spring that we had, and then the summer, and then going through and just trying to stay positive and help them understand that those first 4 games were not going to dictate any of our goals, any of our playoff bearings, anything besides just trying to get us better and let us know what we needed to work on to play with some of the best teams in the state of Texas. And like you said, we got another one coming in here Friday night. Coach Allen Hare and those Eagles are playing at a high level. and they're a dang good football team, and we're going to have to play almost perfect to have a chance to stay in that game Friday night.
Yeah, coach, we talked a little bit about, like I said, everybody kind of getting the ball some on the offensive end, but the defensive end on Friday night and throughout the whole season, I think is might be my favorite part of watching Conley play this year. Just the dominant defense so far. You had guys like Brooks Williams was able to come in, get a couple sacks. You know, Lamarcus McDonald's been playing great, pulling up front. He has been playing great the whole time. This defense pretty much pitched a shutout. They scored their last touchdown in the final few seconds. But coming into the first district game, almost pitching a shutout, what like the defense for this team? What is how has it been propelling you guys all season long, and how do you think it's going to be able to help you guys go out through the rest of the season?
Well, we got here 6 years ago now, and took a lot of pride in teaching and showing kids how to play good defense. And starts with the fundamentals of your stance and your first steps, and not being beat by alignment, and and of course tackling. And I think over the last 5 seasons, I think people have been able to really see our football team hang their hat on playing good defense and running the football offensively. And so that's what we do. That's what we take pride in. That's what we work on. That's what we talk about with our players and our staff. And when I interview and hire new coaches, in the interview process, I make sure they understand that we're going to take great pride in playing good defense, and we're going to take great pride in running the football offensively. And so that's our mantra. That's kind of what we hang our hat on. But I tell you what, Friday night, it's going to take every bit of defense we have. These guys are coming in running the slot T, averaging over almost 50 points a game,
Wow.
running the slot T. And, they scored 61 on Stephenville. They scored 50 something last week in their first district game. They've scored 40 plus in all games but one. And, they stubbed their toe one game against a dang good Grandview team and lost 21-7. It was a rainy game, just kind of a perfect storm, if you will, kind of like our Springtown game. And,
Hmm.
they didn't play real well, and then of course not taking anything away from Grandview, but I can promise you this: Coach Harrell have those guys ready to go Friday night, especially after we were able to beat them last year in district play. And so it's the same kids. They were all juniors last year. They're all seniors this year,
Hmm.
and he and I were joking yesterday on the phone about some of these kids on the depth chart on both sides. For us, Kavian Gaither, Tori Pullen, Cody Kaufman, Kobe Gray. Some of these guys have been around, seems like, for 4 or 5, 6 years. On his side, number two, the running back kid, the tight end kid's been there. The linebacker core, there's a D lineman, a corner. Those kids for them that have been there for seems like 4 or 5, 6 years. But it'll be a great game, great atmosphere, and I think it's what we all do this for and prepare for and work for. And so we'll see what it looks like Friday night.
So Roy Gillis, Centex Sports here, talking with Coach Shane Anderson. Coach, what about the injury report? I did see the quarterback; he was booted up on sideline this last game, but I believe I saw Cox was had you worked him back in. What are we looking like on the injury side right now?
Well, right now the only one out is Tyler Webb. He's out until further notice. I don't think it's a season-ending injury. I think it's just going to take some time, and hopefully we'll have him back sooner rather than later. But Cox he's back. He's 100%. He had a great last couple weeks, and he's had a good week this week at practice, and we feel really good about where we're at health-wise, and we just hope and pray we can stay that way.
So, coach, we got second district game coming up this Friday against a great team, like you said, the Salado Eagles, who've been playing great ball, like you said, averaging about 50 points a game, which is just crazy, especially running that slot T offense that you talked about. What are some of the keys? Going to be some of the keys to the game to be able to come out of this game 2-0 in district?
Well, we've talked to the kids. Our word of the week this week is win. Whatever we
Mm.
have to do to win, it's going to take all of us, from me all the way down to the third string guy. Everybody's going to have a role this week. Everybody's going to have to play their part to be able to get this done. And then offensively, we have to take advantage of every possession we have. We've talked to the kids about they're going to limit our possessions. They're going to try to keep the ball away from us. We have to do everything we can, when we get the ball to put it in the end zone. And then defensively, it's got to be a bend but don't break mentality. We're going to have to play well on defense. We're going to have to try to create a turnover. We're going to have to try to get a fourth down stop. They're going to go for it on fourth and short, fourth and medium. That's what they do. We're going to have to get a fourth down stop and get our defense off the field. And it's just going to be a ball control type game. It should go really quick. Should be a lot of running the football and not much passing, and hopefully a lot of good defense. And like I said, I think the guy that has the ball last may be the one that wins Friday night.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you, Coach. We want to thank you so much for giving us a little time, Coach. We're excited about this game. This is a big one Friday. This is a big one Friday. I don't have to tell you that, and but I know you're going to have the kids ready. And as always, I just like the way you do it, and we're looking forward to it. We wish you well on Friday night, man. We're pulling for you.
Hey, I appreciate you guys, and like I said, it's what we do this for. But I want to compliment you guys. I've had a lot of people reach out to me about how great a job you are doing covering our games, and I really, really appreciate that.
Coach, we appreciate
Thank
that.
you, Coach.
Wish you well, and we will see you on Friday night, Coach.
Hey, y'all have a great one.
All right. So there you have it, Coach Shane Anderson, Conley Cadets against the Salado Eagles. Jalen, this is a big one on Friday night.
Yeah, huge game coming in. Like he said, Coach talked about just about everything you can talk about with Salado. This offense has been just amazing throughout the entire season. The film that I've watched and the stats that I've been able to pick up, just like he said, almost 50 points a game. They hung 63 on Stephenville. They hung 60 on Gatesville last week. And like you said, running the slot T offense. So pretty much no passing. This is all running the ball. And they're getting about almost 8 touchdowns a game. So this offense has just been going crazy all season. Going against, like I said, Conley's defense, who's been playing amazing, pretty much just pitched a shutout in their first district game and haven't really allowed more than 20 points besides one time against in the season opener against Sunnyvale, but that was because they were already up by 20. So this is going to be I guess a clash of the two Titans is what you could kind of say. It's going to be on Friday night. Great game though.
Yeah, I really believe looking around the district, and looking around the city, Central Texas, this may be the game matchup of the week.
Oh yeah,
this Conley Salado game. One of the keys to me, and I've talked about it before, is that defensive line. I remember 2 years ago up in Salado when we were covering them. One of the issues that in my amateur view that I saw was that the defensive linemen were too high, and they were not pushing that offensive line in. And to try to stop that, back in my days when that offense was more prevalent, we tried to smash the middle and make everything go outside. All right. And so when they're outside, then your athletes, your linebackers, and different ones can make those tackles. This year, I believe that Conley has the athletes to be able to do this and really give that slot T some problems. I really believe that. A couple of years ago, it was too much up the middle. They were up 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. Pops right up the middle. And if Conley can shut that down in that middle and make these guys go outside, Conley's got the athletes to put them on the ground.
Yeah, they definitely do. If, like you said, that's going to be pretty much the key. If they can keep those guys inside, guys like Torrey Pullen and a couple of these other great athletes, if they can keep them inside and let that really good and very athletic linebacking core that Conley has with Gaither and Jamari Wiggins and Ashton Brooks Williams, LaMarcus McDonald Jr., they got some great athletes at the linebacker position. So if they can let those guys get out in space and be able to make some tackles, then I think they have a chance to be able to stop this prolific offense on Friday.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big game, and another key is the defense is going to have to play good early.
Yeah.
The defense is going to have to play good early. Don't we don't want to get into a situation where Gaither is going to have to throw 30 passes,
Hmm.
25 passes. That's really not Conley football, and so you don't want to get behind because of course it's hard to catch up running the ball unless you have
Yeah.
an offense like Salado, which I'm sure it doesn't matter where
Yeah.
they're in front or behind, you're gonna get the same serving no matter
Hmm.
what. And so this is going to be big. We're excited about it. The Centex Sports staff is excited. We're going to be out there. We're trying to bring some new things in. Do a little bit more with instant replay. We got some different ones that are coming on board to try to help us put that broadcast out to you guys. We are excited about this game, and I'm hopeful that the weather holds. We got a hurricane floating
Yeah.
around in the Gulf right now,
Yeah.
and from what I'm seeing, it's supposed to turn toward uh, New Orleans, and unfortunately, it looks like they're going to get hit again in that that region, that Louisiana Mississippi region.
Hmm.
But if we're on the west side of that storm, of course, I'm not a meteorologist, but we do comment on sports, so that gives us some some expertise on everything, right? So we're going to be on the west side of that storm. So hopefully, the weather will hold. Right now, it's only a 20% chance of rain, and so if the weather can hold, I don't think the wind is going to be a problem because the ball is going to be on the ground a lot.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of running on. Uh, on Friday night. What is your take as far as keys that Conley needs to do in order to come out 2-0 after this game in district?
Yeah. Just pretty much like what you talked about and my coach talked about. You don't want to fall behind early. Like you said, you don't want to have to put your offense in a bad position being down 14-0 really quick. That can kind of throw guys out of their psyche a little bit of their game plan of what they want to do. Uh, you definitely want to be able to run the ball. Toledo's defense has been playing great as well, so they're going to be ready for
Mm,
that. They know what Conley's all about. This is starting to be a pretty good rivalry game, like you said 2 years ago down in Salado. They beat Conley just barely at the end of the game. Last year they came down here and Conley got a hold of them, and this year they're right back in Mac People Stadium, so they're going to be ready. Just being able to stay focused is going to be the main part. It's going to be a really tough, gritty game that they're going to have to grind it out. And like Coach said, it's going to take everybody from the head coach all the way down to the third string guys on the team. So it's going to take a collective effort from everybody to be able to come out with the W. And it's very important because, like I said, this team, Salado and China Spring, are all gunning for that district title. So this is a very
yeah,
important game.
yeah. This district is shaping up into be quite a matchup
Yeah.
this year. So there you have it. Great info, inside info from Coach Anderson. I want to thank our sponsors. Thank our sponsors today. R&S Barbecue. Jalen, I hate to talk to you about it, man, but before this show, I stopped by there and got me
Oh
one of
man.
those brisket and
Oh man.
rib plates from R&S Barbecue. I'm telling you, uh, they got the best barbecue in the city, man. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely.
I don't know what we could describe them as offensive wise, but I'm telling you, they doing damage. They putting points on the board with those ribs and that brisket that they have over there. If you go by there and talk to Sharon and or her husband at RNS Barbecue, they'll hook you up with a plate and it will put you to sleep. And so that's why I'm drinking coffee, trying to recover from that plate at RNS Barbecue, so I could be ready for this show. And also Natoya Alexander and with KW Realty, and we want to thank them for helping us be able to bring this content to you guys. So you've had the keys of the game from Coach Anderson, from Jalen, and so we're getting ready to sign off. Make sure that you're following us. Always comment if you have anything you need to comment on. Put it in the comment section. We love how during the game people are commenting from where they were. I saw people saying I'm a cadet from the class of 1976 and all these different years. That's a little before your time. That's before your time. And
Yes, sir.
But we like hearing from you guys. We like hearing from you. We got some great content, some other content. We got some MCC stuff that's getting ready to start rolling out. We just had an opportunity to interview Coach Gill, and so we're going to put that content out soon. So we just got a lot of things that are happening at Centex Sports. Make sure you are locking in and following this content. And y'all help me with our Twitter numbers. We need to get our Twitter numbers up. I'm not really a Twitter person, but it's important. And so it's at Centex Sports. I believe it is. It's at Centex Sports. So make sure you follow us there. Jalen, give you the last word.
Yeah, just once again, thank everybody for watching. Like we said, big game this Friday, big game coming up against Lato. So when you guys tune in on CentexSportsNetwork.com or whether it be Facebook, make sure you guys are leaving comments on there. We want to hear from you definitely throughout the entire game. So make sure you guys are commenting on there, letting us know who you are rooting for and letting us know that you're here watching and support us. And also make sure you guys follow us on all our social medias, like you just said, working on getting our Twitter up at Centex Sports. So make sure you guys are going to give us a follow, and we're going to see you guys on Friday.
All right. All right. There you have it. It's Roy Gillis, Jalen Gillis signing off, Centex Sports Network, and we will see you the next time.